Check. Guys, welcome to the Lyran Connection. I'm your host, Alexander John, and this is episode 15. We've made it to episode 15. It has been a crazy few weeks, to say the least. I'm going to catch you up on everything. Just waiting on some of you guys to jump on. JD, what's going on, man? Melanie, what's going on? Lowray. The book I told you about. Now, I did receive that book via your message to me, Lowray. Did not get the book yet. I'm usually reading about 3 books at the same time. 4 sometimes. I'm on 3 right now. But it's on my list. So I haven't got a chance to go that. VJ, how's it going? Angelica, oh, what's going on? All right, guys. So, where we left off with the last contact was, well, we had June 22nd, and then we had a huge gap, no contact, right? And I was starting to sweat bullets a little bit. What's going on? Then I reviewed the numbers, and I was looking at it, and the way we were trending. I said, oh, this is kind of normal. We're still way ahead. Now we're up to, we only need 5 more contacts basically to beat last year's numbers, and we're in August. So the good news is June 22nd, July 22nd, we had those contacts, and then at the end of episode 14, I did receive contact. So this is 1, 2, 3 times that I've gotten confirmation while I've done a show, and I've received contact that they were watching the transmission. Somehow, some way, however they're doing it, they're tuning in, and it's not a joke. They're definitely watching this and listening to what I'm saying. Hey, Dad, what's going on? VJ, doing good, thank you. Guys, so, we'll just pick up where we left off on July 31st. We ended the broadcast, I think it ran for it was like an hour and a half. So normally we start around 7:15. It ended about 8:30, 8:40. It was somewhere around that ballpark. I did receive contact, and it was a strange name, to say the least. It's rare that I get contact that actually gives me. Well, it's not rare. It's just I only have a couple handfuls of names that I've gotten over the years. They'll usually will say what race or where they come from or star system or whatever the case may be. This was an actual name, just like the prior one. The message was, be awake. And then I received an image, and I'm just going to show it because I don't think it's breaking law 18. It's just stars, right? So it's, I was trying to figure out what star system this actually was. And I was going through it. And actually, if you actually look into online, the internet will have Vega like this on an angle. And there'll be some actually more red and orange in here. The Hubble has taken shots. This is this way, and it matches. It is definitely Vega, which means it's definitely Lyran. So it's confirmation that it's Lyran, because this is an original image that we did. We dropped it into TinEye and all these other ones that out of billions of images, 0 have been found, never been on the internet, or it's never been published or anything like that. But the only message that I got with that was, be awake. And I was thinking back, and I was like, be awake, because in contact over the years, I have received that type of language before, where it says be awake or be aware or open your eyes. And I was like thinking about that show, and I was like, be awake. I was tired, pretty tired. So I think they were giving me a message of like, maybe stay up. I didn't know. Well, anyways, nothing happened after that. So unfortunately, I didn't get a message later on or anything. What was weird about the contact in itself, anytime I've done a show, the contact hasn't been, the continuity of the contact. I get all these different contacts. I even get terrestrial agents, like disinformation. I have people breaking lines and stuff like that. We can prove all that. I know different countries that are involved, but this was totally different. This is a new style. And basically, I think why my contact has gone down so much is because, especially if we went over what they told me prior, I need to stop relying on telecommunication devices and start doing the meditation, start doing the contact the way I'm supposed to be doing contact. So they say this is very dangerous the way I'm, because of terrestrial agents, of infiltration, of being compromised, of putting myself in danger. This is what they say. So I'm not a master in that department. I'm not a master. You see a lot of people on the internet are like, oh, love and light, and we're connected, and that's amazing and great. And I believe it's all happening. Not to everybody. I think some are not real and some are real. But I just don't have that mastered. And that's kind of where Z comes in, where I've put her on the page. She's from South Africa, and she does shaman work. You name it. She's a Reiki master. She's everything, and she receives contact as well. Her style is basically where I need to go to have free flow communications, where I'm not so much relying on, not the scientific method, but I figured out the seasons, I figured out the time windows, I figured out the different constellations and who and what is making contact at different parts of the year. I've learned a lot, but I'm nowhere near mastering where people get downloads and all these things. I don't receive that. So I figured we go into older contact, because that's kind of what they wanted me to do in the beginning, and it's all in here, and it makes sense now that I've been talking with different people, and at first I didn't know what all this meant. So I relied heavily on what was happening, what was working, what was when it was happening. So, Moon Boots, what's going on? Master remote viewing, yes. So, Astro, master remote viewing, all these things. Now, recently disclosed in documents out of the CIA and other alphabet things, that they've been doing this to in the military to track different things for a long time. This is not taboo. Just like you're learning about the space program, really having a real space program behind it, and people are finding out, oh wow, this has been going on since World War II, ever since the fall of Germany. So there's a lot of programs, there are a lot of things that have been going on. I haven't been privy to everything. I am going to be attending, there's only 30 slots. I'm going to sit, and I've talked, like I told you before, I've talked to Dr. Sala quite a few times, personally, emails, phone calls. I'm going to do one, he's going to give me a latest lowdown on some stuff that's going on in the secret space program. Navy, Air Force, China, Russia, all the different leaks, and then other things that are going on related to contact, because he has connections to certain individuals who receive contact too. And then I'm going to have some Q&A with him, and that's on the 22nd. So that's a little bit about that. Key says, dark event averted. ETs fired warning shots in Brussels. Oh, man. You want to go into all that? So check this out. In the past few weeks, where I live, we've had a hurricane. We've had tornadoes that came off this hurricane. This past week, we had an earthquake in the state, biggest one since like 1916. The same, I'm not trying, I'm just going to tell you, the same location where that earthquake is, there is a base underneath that area up in near the Virginia border. Just, hey, whatever. I'm telling you, there's the contact in our stuff has stated that the war eventually will come to the surface, and it's been going on, and it's you're going to see a lot of that. It's going to get worse. Elon Musk, yeah. So hey JD, good point. Elon Musk. I'm on the fence. I'm like, is he a good guy? Is he of the light? Is he the dark? Is he? I know he wants off here. I know, we know, based upon not just contact, but based upon leaks and things that have been coming to light, there's two movements. There's a partial disclosure movement, and you've been seeing it on your mainstream news and stuff, where they're talking about it, where they say, you know, craft built not of this world, off world craft and stuff like that. Then you have a full disclosure movement. The partial disclosure movement is, let's just say there are individuals in the field that we're discussing, from contact to ufology to ancient aliens, all that stuff, secret space program. There's a group of well-known individuals and others who have worked for others who are trying to control that partial disclosure, so then they can control the narrative and then keep us where they're not held accountable for all the secrets that are going to be coming out based upon all the hidden stuff since the end of World War II up to the present. There's a full disclosure movement, and that's backed by the Navy. That's backed by the Galactic Federation of Light. It's backed by a lot of individuals who are receiving contact that want to expose what this world has been basically under it's been under control by dark forces. The planet has been sectored off for thousands of years. So, and it's not a battle about politics. That's all surface stuff. It's not a battle about, it's really light versus dark. And different ones that worship different masters and gods, lowercase. So it's a whole thing. It's fluid. It's happening all around you. It's in the now. And this is the end of an age before the new age. You guys are scrolling past it, and let me catch you up. Let me see where we're going. Everyone's having something to say. Whoa. Let me back up. So Elon Musk, to speak on JD. My gut says, Alex says, I kind of like how his style is, but my gut says he wants to connect to Neuralink. He wants to connect, and there is an AI. There are extraterrestrial AI, and there's terrestrial AI, and eventually, basically, long story short, AI, extraterrestrial AI, comes from outside our universe, has invaded our universe, has been going system to system, has infected the reptilians, the reptoids, Dracos. It is gone and it has aided in the control of system to system. So I don't know. I don't. All this tech is not good. It is some of it, but when it would go AI, that's not good. Keith says, yes, Deception, Unmasked Dude. I don't even know what we're talking about with that. Sorry. No offense, I just don't know what. I kind of lost that. Low Ray says, same here. Weird hurricanes hitting, then the explosions happening around the world. Oh yeah, so the explosions are not. We just have some random cities just blowing up, and the explosions are part of this hidden war that hasn't come fully to the surface yet, where it's going to involve many different parts of the spectrum. And it's basically the light versus the dark. And it's coming to a neighborhood near you, basically. But infrastructure is being taken out. All good news from here, Keith says. Rapture is here. Dark outcome averted. Souls return to Earth. Well, that's the thing. They talk about, because there are a lot of different things on the moon, and the moon is basically a base. It wasn't always there, and it's never been our moon to begin with. It's in contact about Luna, the moon, but it's kind of like a lot of different things rubbing up against each other, and kind of like a truce where there isn't like total war, but it's a staging ground. It's like a jump platform, but it does control our tides and our oceans. And actually I found something in Old Contact today talking about it controlling our waters and different things, and I'll go into that in a little bit. But yeah, it's a good point. Hey guys. Elon equals useful if we enter 4D. Well, 4D, that's the thing. Here's my perspective. I could be totally wrong. I'm not an expert. We're in the third dimension. Your soul drives this organic spacesuit. You're on for this planet. And the reason why there's things that are different on other worlds that look different, because that's the spacesuit that drives on those planets. I mean, you put on an extra, like if you're going to go out into space, but to live and thrive, this body, elements, minerals, vitamins from this planet, pressures, there's a lot of factors. Now, there are a lot of humans. That's what a lot of people they're going to really actually be really surprised when they find out how many types of humans there really are out there. Now, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there, a lot of creatures, a lot of weird things. But there are a lot of humanoids, human looking, that you wouldn't be able to tell. Like, that's why there's so much here. Loray says, I heard they were going to be positioning in media about UFO aliens to scare humans, that when people start disappearing, let me see what this says, they can't blame it on aliens. This whole thing goes into that Project Bluebeam, that goes into this partial disclosure movement. It goes into when the Air Force realized how advanced the Navy was when their secret space program. Now, the Air Force, let me just tell you about the Air Force. Air Force, you think that like the International Space Station, that's all we got up there, and like China had a little thing and Russia had a little thing, and the Air Force has stuff way up there. They have like 4 or 5 space stations, like round. Von Braun created, like when he was back in NASA, he was designing the ring, like you see it on that, 2001 Space Odyssey and stuff. There was a lot of stuff shot up. The Air Force didn't know what the Navy was doing. Navy was watching what the Air Force was doing, but was doing their own things. And the Air Force eventually found out who they were working with, decided to go ahead, and a lot of it merged with the Navy now. And this is the new Space Force, but you're not seeing the full details on that. There's relay stations out there. There's all kinds of stuff out there. They're not telling you about. You think we're just still shooting rockets. It's almost a joke at this point. Let's see. Moon Boots. Prison Planet. Yeah. Well, for the ones who aren't in the know or are lucky enough to be a part of the club or be a part of the system, yeah, we're looked at as cattle. We're looked at as useless eaters and eventually to be disposed of, or that's a huge thing that's been busted up for these past few years, human trafficking. A lot of the human off-world, on-world, all into all kinds of nasty and crazy stuff, and especially off-world, missing every day people. And it's not your local guy in a van playing in an ice cream truck. It's not. It's organized. It's well funded. It's big money, and it's being dismantled. So we win. Liking the lowercase g. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So that's the thing. You have these elites, and you have everyone. Used to be always conspiracy theory, right? It's the Illuminati. It's this and that, right? That's not the top. It's not about what you believe. It's what they believe. They worship alien / deity lowercase g gods. They're not. It's not the King of Kings. These are beings that and races out there who have been working with rich and powerful and militaries and secret black ops, USAPs, SAPs, special actions projects, all these different ones exchanging technology for personnel to come off and all kinds of stuff. But then there's a whole religious spectrum of the pie that slices in there where there's blood, like back in the day in ancient Sumeria, there's blood sacrifices. In Maya, there's blood sacrifice, human sacrifices, cannibalism, stuff with kids and stuff. It's crazy stuff. But that is continuing, and that goes along with who their masters are. See, it's not, they just try to master us because they're humans and they want to control, but their masters, they've been here. They really are the ones really controlling the planet. And for a long time. It's just now the Galactic Federation of Light has finally arrived, and they're building their forces. And basically the war has already been going on for years now, and eventually it's going to come to the surface. It's just a matter of time. Keith, I see the cribs, man. It's okay to get our hopes up. Moon Boots, LOC, Lunar Operation Command. Yeah, Lunar Operation Command has exchanged hands. LOC, the Nazis were the first on the moon, and then eventually the Navy. But no matter what, the reptilians have been on the moon forever, and many other races. And this is nothing new. And before them, there are ancient structures and domes and glass structures and ancient things that have been demolished and broken down, that have been built upon and on top of, littered all around the moon. We go through a cataclysmic cycle every age, and the system gets kind of rebooted, let's just say. And there's a wipe, let's just say. And it starts again. And we lose all our knowledge, and we have to start over again and race to this point, to this time where, and that's why there's nothing new under the sun, because we keep getting to this point. It's just that there is the light and dark is inflicted, and people absorb that and want to control. And are you, it basically comes down as, are you a good person, or are you obsessed with power and death and you want to control? And there are many races out there of the good, of the light, and there's many races out there of the, and then ones are under the King of Kings and one is under legions and an abyss overlord and other things, and it goes on. And it's bigger than Earth. It's throughout the universe. It's throughout the cosmos. So, and that's why the law of one's tied into it, and that's why all these and like there's the 7 sacred sciences, and it's been distorted. Everything's copied and twisted and inverted, and everyone's a mess. So let's get back on track. When Mars left, everything changed. We don't see whole picture and so quiet time. You guys aren't going to believe it, but I'm telling you, you're going to find out in the future, depending on how this all rolls out. Mars has been, there's a corporation up in space. It's basically like you have businesses on Earth. There are corporations in space. Mars has been colonized already way back at the end of World War II, or a little bit further than that, because first after they went to Argentina and Antarctica, they went off, they were on the moon, and then they started going around the Dark Fleet, they called it. The German fleet with the reptilians controlling different sectors of our solar system, and then they went outside our solar system. But eventually our solar system became locked down, and then alliances of the light started coming in, because this war has been going on for millions of years. It goes back to Orion, goes back to Lyra, goes, and that's just this little part of the pinwheel of this galaxy, and there's trillions of galaxies. So could you imagine timelines and we're not even talking about timelines and parallel universes, and we're not talking about any of that. We're just talking about this arm jetting out of this pinwheel. So Key says this averted the false rapture, basically. I'm not sure. I know timelines have changed, but it doesn't change what's coming. You can change timelines and events, and it's even in my contact where timelines have changed, but the end result it's unavoidable. I keep reading from other folks that December 21st is the end, beginning of things. Do you happen to know anything about this? I don't know anything about that, but I did go over something that I did receive years ago, and I'm going to show it to you real quick before I go on with the comments. I did get a date. I have received things that are prior to them happening, and then 6 months later they happen, or 3 months later they happen, or a month later that they happen. This one, I have a bunch that have not happened yet. One of them is from Sunday, March 8th, 2015. 30 will appear in the morning, the day of October, in the year of the earth. And the heavens of the heavens, 5, the pillar of which is perfect, be granted by him 11 kings. That's not the one I was going to show you, but that one hasn't happened yet. And I'm going to give you a date. I got a date. And they say no man will know the time or date, but this is a date for something. But it hasn't happened yet. You're going to find out that everything's intertwined. Everything. That's why I had this theory years ago. It's my pie theory, how everything is kind of intertwined, and it's not so crazy. But I'm going to give you this date, and here it is. The message goes, and this is back in November 22nd, 2017 at 12:50 a.m. It came in a bunch of code. After I deciphered it, it came into Latin, and I put it into English, and it says this: opening the gates near the time of the come up, who saves a ship from its navy and has many friends. These five lines of kings, and prepare for our blood brothers. 1:14:21. And then I was just looking at that today because I started going back on stuff, and I was like, holy crap, I forgot about that date. I was talking about it with my brother Doug, and I was just like, back years ago, and I was like, oh man, that's so far away, but that's so crazy, we have this date. And I'm like, whoa, it's 2020. We're about to be in September soon, so 1/14/21, that's right around the corner. Will anything happen? I don't know. But I've had a bunch of stuff that has happened that was future proves past kind of like in my contact. So we'll keep an eye on that date. Maybe I'll do a special episode that day or that evening and hope for the best. I don't know, but that's kind of crazy. 1/14/21, mark it on your calendar. Let's see where we were at. Z, you're on. Guys, Z's on. Z is from South Africa. Everyone give a shout out and love. Oh, I already see everyone's giving her love. Just quick to say hi. So Z is on here. Z is like amazing. Her, some other people I'm not going to name because they don't want me to name them yet. But there are quite a few people who personally talk to me all the time in my personal life. And I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart because you guys, for real, you guys are amazing. There's no like, it's not about money. It's not about this. It's actually love and caring and peace and like, let's figure this out and teaching. And it's awesome. There's no nefarious, weird, like crazy person on Z, she made it. So guys, she's way ahead. So South Africa, so it's probably already like, wow, it's probably almost like dawn there or something. So, or really early where it's dark, it's going to be dawn soon. So thank you, Z, for popping on here and saying hi. I didn't get to share the latest thing you sent me today, but I will share it sometime next like 24 hours. I've been jammed up. It's been crazy. But thank you for joining us. Wow, that's great. Keith says, we believe in very important mass ritual was set to occur this past weekend. Time is up for the scaling ones. Yeah, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. I know that there's Bobby. I just saw Bobby here. I don't want to... I think we're going to be dragged through the mud on this. I think there is going to be a period where you're going to have 3.5 years of light and 3.5 years of dark. We're going to go through the mill on this, and this is going to be tough. We're going to need to band together, and families and friends, and we're going to need to exchange foods and services to help each other. And it's not going to be about money. It's going to come from love and heart, and I think that's going to separate who. It's coming. There's no stopping it. It's coming. We're too far. Let's see what happened here. VJ says, hello Z, great to see you here. Welcome. Yeah, awesome. Keith, Orbs, not Cribs. I was like, Cribs, MTV Cribs. Let's check out this. Orbs. I personally have seen a lot of stuff about orbs, and but I have not personally seen orbs. I guess you can say some of the ships or some of the things, and I'm going to go into that because I saw something the other night. 3 things, like I've got witnesses. I mean, I'm going to explain that. I'll just do it right now so we don't. What happened was 3 nights ago, clear night, totally see the stars. I'm outside. Julie's outside. All of a sudden, above, coming off the east, it was curved white light, right? Okay, whatever. It's not blinking. It's definitely not a plane. It's definitely not a helicopter. It's definitely not a drone. It came right up over the house. I went to go, and then 2 more came up behind it. I went to go grab my phone out of my pocket, and as soon as I went to pull it out, they faded real slow to black, as if they didn't even exist. And you could see the stars like through it, like nothing happened. And I was like, I don't have the proof. But I only had a witness. But it was right there. And I was like, oh my gosh, 3 of them. That was so crazy. But yeah, I always get excited, even though I see it a lot. It's just exciting because it's not every day. But anyways, I went off on a tangent. So yeah, orbs. Don't see orbs. Bobby, what's going on? I see you're on here. He's late. Bobby, shame on you. You're late. No, I'm just kidding. VJ, hey there, Bobby. Great to see you here. Keith, the souls are already returning. They are orbs passing through our third eyes. First-hand knowledge speaking. And most, beautiful thing I've ever seen. I don't know much about that. With the souls and the orbs, and I'm not saying it's not. I'm just never had any experience with it. any information on the side after or during the show you want to tell us, that's awesome. I think Marsha's going to be she's been rolling me up crop circles too, because I like crop circle, like hearing about it, reading about it, but I personally don't have any experience with crop circles. I know there's a lot of information. Some of it's fake, some of it's real. I believe that they are happening. So we're going to start having more of these type conversations on the show as well. It's not just about my contact. It's about your experiences. There's a lot of people who've been having, they have some kind of story or experience. We'll go through that. But that's another time. VJ says, it's okay, you made it. Moonboots, hi Z, fan of your page and YouTube here. Love what you're doing. Yeah, Z, she's right on the money. She knows her stuff. I wouldn't mind, because one of my first contactees was from South Africa. If you go back in ancient history, their lore is there was Anunnaki in that area. Anunnaki, not good guys. But there's a lot of stuff down there. And it would be interesting one day to go just to kind of explore. And I know Michael Tellinger's there and a few other people. And just to kind of absorb all that area and understand. And I have received coordinates off the coast of that area before too. So it'd be interesting to do an exploration one day to go there. And I know I've been invited, and Z is more than welcome to. She's been invited to come out to the States. She's the real deal. Keith, please, sir, pass my report on this orb phenomena to your contacts. I'll mention it. Can't promise they'll get a response on it. I've had people ask me to ask certain things. The majority of times it's been denied. Or a lot of my questions aren't even asked. Half of my questions are usually answered. I will make it an effort to try. I can tell you this, based upon the data and the last few 3 episodes, we've definitely been viewed. So what you just said and what you just wrote, and I can see it right here on the screen, I know that they can see it. And I've had enough proof to prove that they're watching. Moon Boot says, talk more about what is coming and the war and of the kings. Oh man. Man, I think about this stuff all the time. I used to every day. It's scary because you know what's crazy? How fast time is slipping. You don't realize. It's like JD would know. Like JD, back in the day, when I was little, I would have never thought we would be here already, at this point, but I knew it would be coming. Same thing with Doug. I can't believe that we're here at this point, but this is where we're at. And that's how we're going to feel in the future, looking back at this point, talking about, say, episode 15. Time goes by quicker and quicker. It's a quickening, and things are happening. Especially with all the technologies and all the different things, everything's being exposed. All the truths are coming out. So the war and the final battle, it's not good. I can tell you, it's good where it's basically a harvest. It's a cleanse. And then the new age, the new earth, where everything is settled and started over again. We're either going to be racing to the stars, or we're going to be racing to our fate. And it all depends on being a good person, doing the right thing, doing the best that you can. And really, there's a King of Kings, and you should, I can't tell you what to do, but I would repent and give yourself over to the higher power. And there are many names for many things, and people will jump off and they get scared and they don't want to talk about that. That's crazy, or I don't believe in this and I don't believe in that. Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of stuff we've experienced and we have documented, that anyone else, you wouldn't want to believe it either, but it happens and it is real. And what it all boils down to is, besides all these books and knowledge and what people know and what people say, it's light and dark. It's not. There aren't banners. There's what you do with your time and what you think about. Remember what I tell you. Whatever you say, think, hear, see is known. Especially it can be tuned in. So let's stay positive, stay in the now. I've been tested in the last couple of weeks. I've had a crazy neighbor. People are popping off out there all over the place. There's a lot of testing going on, but we'll get through this. It's all right. It's just a process. Remember, they can destroy your body, but it's the soul. That's what counts, because that drives the thing in the future. So you just don't worry about it. Just be positive. Just be a good person. Do the right thing. Everything is usually intertwined. Yeah, a lot of things are intertwined. And that's what I've come to find out. A lot of things are very intertwined. Cool, thank you. JD says, there are many parallels on our earth. I saw a few when I died. There were other than earthly beings. I was always myself, but in a different time and situation. There was a reptile man and a shape-shifting cat-like being that was like a spy. So I never heard this story from JD, but reptile man would definitely be reptilian. Draco, Orion, cat-like, Galverick, Lyran. The reptilians have been invading solar systems for a long time. There are some good factions. Say like everything's a spectrum, right? It's just like a rainbow's got Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and then there's a whole spectrum we can't see, right? Our eyes aren't able to actually see certain things. So there's a spectrum on everything. So within the spectrum of these races, there are dark and light within these races, and there's a spectrum. So everyone says reptilians are all bad. Well, the majority are the dark, and they're infested with nanites and the AI signal, and there's a whole bunch. But there are certain parts of the reptilian where there's like a raptor group with a queen that's kind of defected, because you got to remember the technology is way beyond anything you can think of. That's why we can only live to 100, 120 years. A lot of these beings can live for thousands of years, because it's like back in ancient biblical times and stuff, people live for thousands of years. They have technologies that they're I have one of his, law 14 or 12? I have law 18, no images, but you have advanced, each race has a way to prolong. Some races don't eat or drink, some races do. Depends on the dimensional level. Some are physical dimensional, like third dimension, like we are. We're third dimension physical, you can touch it. Some are higher, and it goes on up and down. Well, the cat ones that you're talking about, there are different factions and divisions. I know the Lyrans use a lot of the cat-like ones. The Galvericks is actually what they're called too. Is into like a special forces. A lot of them come here for incursion, to drop and go, spy. The Syrians, they're kind of blue tinnish humanoid skin. They work for the Lyrans under the royal command, the hierarchy, the umbrella. They also are at war with the reptilians. So this goes on and on. So yeah, that's a pretty cool story. Lorray says, hi, Z. Hello, Z. Yeah, is Z still here? Tara! Tara's awesome. Opening the gates. I wonder if it's a reference to Bill Gates. Guys, Bill Gates. How about everything's inverted? Guy has no background. none whatsoever to do with medical. He's not a doctor. But yet people listen to him over doctors. And that's how you see it with everything. Like maybe that girl, what's that girl that does the, what is it, Greta, where's she from? Sweden? I don't know where she's from. She talks about the environment. Maybe she has good points. But the bottom line is, who controls that? Where is this coming from? It's inverted. Everything's twisted. You're not. It's crazy to me. It's just nuts. It's kind of like the CEO of McDonald's telling me about like Elon Musk and what he's into. And I'm like, no, this guy, CEO from McDonald's, says with rockets you need to, like, what are you're crazy. No, it's like, this guy is, you get it? He does burgers, you do rocket. Like, come on, let's all get our stuff together. Still here listening while I'm working on an article. TX to insomnia. Insomnia. Oh yeah. So yeah, Z, she stays up a lot. She's like me, like constantly up. I usually pass out by midnight, and then I'm up by like anywhere between 5 and 7. And so yes, Z, 1:50 a.m. All right, wow, crazy. I thought it was later than that. Keith says, listen, I see them in pure light leaving my third eye last 2 nights. Well, Keith, and he says, I believe they are grateful souls returning. I don't know anything about that, but I'm more than willing to listen and hear you out and hear what you have to say. I've just never heard of anything like that. Similar stuff, but not that. But I would love to know more. Anytime you want to send me a private message, I would love to hear about your experience. So that's interesting. Jan is watching. How you doing, Jan? Just jumping on. Man, I think it's been a good beginning of the show. Like, we talked about a lot of stuff, so you might want to watch the beginning of the show too later on. But yeah, we're here. Bobby says, no more pictures. So this is what I've been doing. I'm like, and especially people who personally contact me and we talk about, they kind of keep me positive and we keep going. I've decided certain images I'm just going to share that I think that are not Law 18 compromised. I'm just going to share them. I mean, it's too historical. There's a lot of space shots, ship shots, different things. When it comes to cities, beings, I'm going to hold off, because every time I've done it, I have had gaps of contact. I've been threatened. I've had where, like, I'm in trouble for sharing that. I can't go back in time, so but I do have stuff that I would love to share, but for right now I'm not, only because then eventually you guys can't come with me, or whatever happens, I'm going to have to go answer for some of this stuff. I'm doing my best of my ability. So some of the images I will share. And until I get a contact that they go, you did it again, you're sharing, the people's eyes were on the image. Well, when it comes to like space and planets and different things, I have not been reprimanded yet for that. So I'm going to continue. I guess I'm trending a fine line, but I have my loyalties, and then I have my loyalties to you guys, but then I have to, you feel me? You see what I'm saying? Believe me, even Doug, Commander Doug, there are certain things I'm not even allowed to share with him, and he gets contact just like me, and he's here to support me. But it's for the future, and we're told that we will understand in the future why. So I'm not trying to break that. Have you seen the meteor shower? It's beautiful. Man, I've had trouble with the neighbor. This guy's crazy, but I don't want to go into all that. I've been tested. So I didn't get to go out a lot lately. But I know last night was the peak, and I was wanting to. It was a little cloudy, but I missed it. If anyone's got good shots or anything, send them my way. I'd love to see it. Just informing the community, Key says. Yeah, no problem. We're open here. Like, your safe space. This is a safe space. Did I just say that? Safe space. Well, we are. We know this is a safe environment. You're in a box that I'm just sharing my experiences. I want to hear some of your experiences. We're going to go back and forth. This is our platform before we jump forward and go further on down the road. So don't feel bad. No one's judging you. I'm not judging you. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. I'm definitely not going to judge you. Check. What did Doug say? Check fopa chapa baka baka maka. Oh. Okay, hold up. I'm going to check something. I normally wouldn't do this, but that's not good. So one more sec, guys. You're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe it. I got contact right here, right now, contact, and I can share it. And Commander Doug just got something. That's why he was telling me, like, check, because we're getting bombarded right now. So they're watching right now. I'm going to share you right now what it just got. I don't care. There it is. The light. It's in space. How can I blow this up? You can't even make this stuff up. Hold on, what if I turn out this light? Is that helping? That's not helping. Anyways, it's a planet. It's definite contact. And so things are going... so this is the fourth time now. So Commander Doug and I got this at the same time. So this happened at 7:52. It's 8:09. So while we were talking, sorry guys. Hey, this proves, like, all right, Commander Doug, stop. All right, we'll talk about it later. All right, so listen. They are watching. They are listening to this broadcast. Hey, if you hear me, can I share that image of the planet? Is that okay? If you say I'm this prince, can I just share the planet, the picture? I know I sound nuts, I'm talking to the air, but I know they're listening. I want to share information, and I want to know your name and your rank and who you were that just sent me that. And if that's what I command, I want to know now. So send it, and let's just continue on. And I need to, if they say who I am, then I have some kind of, you need to tell me stop playing these games. Let's do this. All right, let's keep going. Wow, so contact again. That's crazy. I can't wait to see that picture. And it's above the planet. It's far. So it's a good shot. Oh, okay, here we go. Orbs equal energy, spirit. Wispy ones are the ones trying to manifest. You are very loved and surrounded if you spot them. Trust the vibe you get too. Man, so if I don't see them, am I not loved? And I'm not making fun. Z, I love you. But so what happens if I'm not... So if I'm not... Sorry, guys. All right, I just got knocked off my game a little bit. All right, let me get back on. So if I don't see it, is that for everybody? Like, how does that work? How do the orbs work? Wow, I just can't believe I got contact again. 4th time on the show. That's so. I need to do a show every day. Orbs. We're gonna talk about that. I can't go into orb world right now because but I've heard so much. Replying, Moonboot says to JD, you died. VJ says immortals exist. Key says, thank you, I'll get in touch. Yeah, please send me the information. Key says, everything happens for a reason, brother. Diana gives love. Z says, awesome. Sharon says, cool, my third eye thumping. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. I've had that too. Love it. Contact. Yes, contact. So 4th time. So that's our 4th confirmation in 4 episodes where we've been contacted on, and Commander Doug got contacted as well. Key says, I told you I had good news. They are very rare. You're lucky if you spot them. I did have something weird happen though. 2 nights ago. So I have cameras on the front and back of my house. And I was sleeping in the living room because I'm healing and resting. And I got woken up. And when I was awoken, the back cameras went off. And I have all these solar lights on the fence and torches. They're all solar. They all at the same time went super bright and stayed there. And then it looked like a bug or something like this big, like flew like this, and then like took off into the air. But the weird part is my cameras don't trip unless it's like a cat size or bigger. So I woke up, and right when I woke up, everything started glowing bright, and then it was really long, and it was glowing like white. It was like, but it was like this big. So that wasn't a trip, and that was after my cameras were already tripped. That's it. Could be just coincidence. Maybe, I don't know why the lights all would go on. Like, I don't know. It's weird. And Julia saw it. I saw it. But when we tried to replay it or send it, it was corrupted. You couldn't do anything with the video. So that sucked. So I was going to share that. I couldn't. Hold up, guys. This is unbelievable today. Unbelievable. So, man, can I show you guys? Let me see if I can get this. Let's see. Why doesn't that come up? Why is the lighting? You can see the planet, right? So there's no message. It's just the planet. It's definitely, well, it's so weird. We were just talking about that. If it's a planet or if it's this, and then I was like, I'll share it. And then sure enough, so I'm off my game. Yeah. I gotta take a sip, guys. So give me just a moment. Whew. I've been rambling. So orbs, we'll talk about that. So we received contact. I don't even know what to say. I'm like totally thrown off my game with contact. And so this is what they want. I mean, what this tells me is the gaps in between. They told me they wanted me to start sharing and start, doing this. And that's why I've been doing this show. And I went public. Like officially, like start doing this. Because they told me to. And then they told me that we are with you. They told me, what did they tell me? They said, when we did the show and they made contact during the show, one of them was, we are with you. The next one was, peace in the soul moment of your existence on earth, a sentient being. An interesting task lay ahead for you and the other, so meaning Commander Doug. There are more in hiding. We are bringing the vibration closer to accessing the next ionized waves of consciousness among the few that are left on this your planet Earth. We have witnessed the beginnings of the teachings in the world that spread through the cosmos so long ago. Do not misinterpret contact and rules of their doings, for the consequences are compounding through their existence in the nether and legions to the other side. Once united, understand all will be. Thank you for your patience and divine, and have a willing purpose continued existence. And then we had another one with the battle station next to the moon, the image. And then we had be awake during the like we're doing a transmission. And then we had now this planet, which definitely looks like Earth. But I have to do some research and really look at it to make sure it's Earth, because I've had so many planets I've been sent. Planet with cloud cover, Z says. Yeah, it does look like Earth. I mean I had it, I just got it since we were on. I haven't analyzed it because normally I have a process where it goes off-site in an encrypted thing to be blown up, and then it comes to me in a tube, and then I unroll it, and I have like these magnifying thing, and I look at everything. So it just happened. So I'm like you guys, like, what was that? So I'll study it. Great photo. Yep, it's amazing. It's amazing that, I think it's more amazing that they're tuned in watching. How the heck do you convert the gobbledygook stuff so quick? Oh, so that's another thing. Here's what's weird. Ever since I have been decoding like so many since 2013, and even like before that with weird stuff, looking at my brain is like weird. I'll start looking at something and automatically, like, it'll tell me, like, I can't explain it. I'll just see, I know what's going on. I know what I just read. I can't explain it. It's same thing like code. It'll start falling into place and I'll just know. And then I'll double confirm it with an official process like a calculator or decoder, and then with books. And then I'll be like, yep, I was on the money, or I might have missed a word, but I want to make sure it's perfect. But yeah, it's weird. I can't explain it. How do I just do. It just took me a second because I was thrown off. I felt like something was going on, but then I didn't want to be rude to you guys out there. But then I was like, all right, let me, please try tripping your phone back at an angle more, catching a glimpse of image at an angle. Okay, I'll do that. Looks like Chesapeake Bay, since you shared it, because at Google Globe, that bay is that may be in North Carolina. Okay, it's a made-up language I learned as a child. Oh, so let me try that angle shot so you guys can see it. And I better save this before something gets messed up, because I've had where then terrestrial will start cracking in and deleting and taking off stuff, and stuff will start happening. So let's see here. I'm going to try it out an angle like you guys want. Let's see. Let me see the angle. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, VJ, with the angle. That's actually working. Let me see if I can zoom in. Let's see. Well, here's the thing. It is starting to get dark on that one side. So this was in real time then from above. So the question is, where's that? Where is that? Yeah, northeast of North Carolina. That's what it's looking like. Come to Portland, pick me up from work. I will analyze this and we'll break this down. But it's pretty awesome. That means they're out and about. That means they're here. Which means one of two things. they're in guard mode, or something's about to go down where we'll get major contact tonight. Diana says, bring them on camera. Yeah, I know, right? Come on. Here's my thing. Diana, this is what I always say, and that's why I get so frustrated. I'm just like, hey, listen, calm down. If you eat or you drink, we'll have food and drink tea. Whatever. We'll sit around the table. We'll talk. What is it we got to do? Let's just get us. Let me get on the ship now. Let's just take off. Let's just do this. Let's just take care of this. If I'm supposed, you know what I mean? But it's just not. It doesn't work like that. Yes, it looks like the Chesapeake Bay. The spectacle is falling apart. We believe mind control being dismantled again. Ritual averted. Yeah, I'm not following that. It'll probably make sense to me in a minute, but I'm just all over the place right now. Guys, isn't that cool? That's really cool. No messages. That's what I've been waiting. I need messages. Got to stay in the light. We're going to be going through some trying times of being tested. All of us. We're all going to be tested in some way or another, or fashion or form. And I know it's hard. It's so hard. We have to do the right thing. Be a good person. It's so easy to talk. But believe me, I've been tested in the last couple of weeks. And I've been tested. And I've had to do what I've had to do. But we have to all stay positive, in the light, keep going forward, marching forward, not living in the past. You can't change the past. Always remember that. You can't change what just happened 20 seconds ago, years ago, whatever. You can only be now. If you live in the past, it's kind of like a death. It's kind of like it'll eat you. You have to stay now and forward, and everything can change to the good. All it takes is one person to stop what they're doing. If you're doing something stupid, it only takes you to stop, and that ends. Now there may be ramifications of whatever you did, but whatever you're doing, if you stop and you're done, it's done. You can end it. You're in control. You have your own choices. You have the ability. It's all in your hands. It really is. It's your next action, your next word, your next thought, your next thing. It's you. It's no one else. If we all do that, we can get through this. The evil is weak. Push them out. Disclose. End the lie of 2,000 years. Yeah, I want full disclosure. I am not a partial disclosure person. That's why I have so much stuff. That's why I'm excited to do Dr. Sala's like little seminar thing we're doing. That's going to be so awesome. I mean, I read all his books. Listen, there's so much going on out there. There's so much. And there's so much. If it's true, if you don't have eyes and ears to know what's going on in the world, you're just not going to know. You're just like, oh, it's just another explosion. It's coincidence. Or, oh, it's just, none of this is, oh, that's just normal. That happens. No. There's no coincidences, all right, usually. There's something going on, all right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Oh, no. Well, you don't think these people at the top have games and hobbies and things that they do or worship or go and do? Come on. You think it's just all Lamborghinis and gold and men and girls and like palaces? Come on. They're into some stuff, man. And they're into some off-world stuff, and they get contact. They're not gonna come out on here and start talking. They're not gonna do that. They got blood oaths and all kinds of craziness going on. So here's what it is. We're gonna continue to go forward, And if Contact you're watching right now, I command you to tell me who you are, your rank, who's your allegiance, what race, and what's going on now. I want a message now. That's just it. Don't give me that and then leave me hanging. I know I need to be patient. It's not the 11th hour. Blah, blah, blah. I know. Stay positive. But send me something else. I'm sitting here live and you do that and then we get it. I'm getting Contact. Why? I'm not doing it. Like, no one else. Give me something and talk straight because we're running out of time. It's not a game. This is not a game. Just like you guys say up there, it's not a game. Yeah, it's not a game down here either. I got responsibilities and things too. So, but there are bigger responsibilities at play out there as well. I understand there's a big picture, and that's where a lot of people fail to realize it's a huge picture out there. I recognize landmarks. Check. I didn't really get to analyze it. The game is won, Keith says. Not yet. Things are kind of fluid. What's that word? I can never say that word. The inevitable. Well, anyways, that will be what it will be. There's no changing that. But timelines can change and shift and things can happen. But what will be will be. Let me see if I could just analyze this image because I didn't get to see. Hold on. Wow, that's way up there. That is definitely normally I wouldn't get a picture this high up. Like, that's one. Wow. This is so high up that it's actually covering a good part of where is that? It's so much cloud. I really gotta throw this up there and take a look, guys. I was just hoping to maybe spot something off the corner of my eye. Great shot, though. Great shot. They could not complete the false ET Rapture summon. But here's the thing, see? That's the problem. If you're not watching this show or other shows or other things to know and be or reading those books or looking at those declassified things, the majority of the people, there is an awakening going on. It's not going fast enough. And a lot of the people that even know are into this kind of stuff, they don't even know about that stuff. So you could be easily fooled if you see a holographic image. You see what they do in Saudi Arabia where they have like in the mall where it looks like a whale splashes out of the ground. And that's just that. Imagine what they have where they can project. Imagine what they have that's real, that can fly down. So imagine if they just send a squadron of Dark Fleet ships to start blowing stuff up and then they go, oh, it's an alien invasion. And there's like mixed in holographic, you can't tell. And then what are people? We go right to hate, right? All races are bad. All alien races are bad, right? No, that's not the case. See how this can all turn into... We have to recognize that there are light and dark forces out there. We have to stay positive. And our communication skills verbally and supporting each other, no matter what field you're in, that's what's going to propel us. That's what's going to get us through this. Just like in the Great Wars, those people got through. Melanie says, they said be awake. It's a body of water. Go with the flow. Z says, thank you for a great episode, Alex, and thank you for allowing me to gate crash. It's 2:30 a.m. and I've not a written word of the article I want to post in a few hours. You are an awesome bunch. Hopefully we will chat more soon. Z, we really appreciate you. And thank you for staying up so late and being a part of the show. And we'll be doing more, and eventually Z will probably come on the program and we'll do a thing together, and others. And you guys, I mean, she's great. I mean, great. The deception on Earth at least has been disadvantaged, Keith says. I understand, friend. I know this in my heart. Trust me. I have had visitation. Cool. I want to definitely hear about it. So let me know, Keith. Send me a whole thing about that. Tara says, gracias. She says, thank you. And Joel says, just joined a bit ago. Can you give a quick rundown? Yeah, a quick rundown. We opened it up. We talked about, we've had contact on the show 3 times in the last few episodes. Excuse me, this is episode 15. We were just going over the numbers, June 22nd, July 22nd, then July 31st had contact. And then while we were on the show and we were discussing a wide array of different topics, I received contact while we were actually on the show live, and it was an image and above the earth, way above the earth. And I'll go ahead and I'll just show you the image, and everyone's probably bored of it already, but I think it's pretty amazing. It's the image of let me hit it so you can get to see a full thing of the earth. So that's where we're at. And then we were just catching up, and it's just an open episode. We didn't have a lot of contact. The last contact was July 31st. I received contact at the end of the show, and it said be awake. And it was from a very strange name. And I've had a lot of names throughout contact, but yeah, this one's pretty cool. Absolutely Space Friend just joined a bit ago. Doug says that is much clearer. Yeah, that's a great shot. I'm gonna have that one blown up too. That's gonna look really cool. So yeah, if it's so weird. Wasn't I just saying right before we received contact? I said if it was a space image of a planet, or I would share, because of Law 18. I'm not going to share any beings, and I'm not going to share certain, because I've been threatened and all kinds of crazy stuff. So if it's a planet, or if it's a ship, or if it's like from me, I catch it, and then boom, we get that. So if that's not cool, I don't know what is. But guys, we're at 8:34, so hey, maybe we'll get, let me just check on here and see if anything popped up or anything, or, yep. Wow. So I did get contact, a message. I'm actually going to decode it right now. 8:33. So that was 1 minute ago. I have no idea what it says. I just received the contact. I can't. Well, anyways, let's see what it says. So this is what I do. This is so crazy. Oh, this is live. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy the text, but I'm going to copy it manually. Copy it. I'm going to do it my quick way. I'm going to go into my my translator. There might be some errors because I'm doing this the quick way. It came in as Latin, and there's code at the end of it. And we're just going to see... I'm just going to read it. I don't know what it says, but we're going to find out right now. I think it was their way of telling you that this is okay. We'll find out, because I'm about to read it. I just translated it. Here we go. The protection of the gifts of light, comma, the light of the far off from thee, the gift of the playthings of kings, full of foolish things of the understanding, comma, in no slight currently, period, in the power of our fidelity, comma, however, comma, they are in power or not, period. As a gift to go easy, period. Time cycles to see you be very careful choice of words, period. From corner to corner of the world, period. And then its signature is, I don't know if you can see this, double dot dash, double dot dash, double dot dash, double dot. So that's a race code. I'll have to match it into my other race codes. This is live, so like I normally not having the pressure of like having this all on me at the same time, and I'm able to like do my research. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. It looks like we're going to have an episode 16 quicker than I thought. And especially if Contact is... So they're definitely watching us. They're listening to exactly what's going on right now. So I'm going to read that one more time. So we got the picture of the planet. And then I guess I was rambling. I kind of got a little scolded there. Oh, because I was demanding them. You contact me right now and you tell me... So they said, the protection of the gifts of light, comma, the protection of the gifts. So that must mean because they're above us, they're protecting. The light of the far off from the gift of the playthings of kings, full of foolish things of the understanding, comma. So it's kind of, in no slight currently, period. In the power of our fidelity, comma, however, comma, they are in power or not, period. As a gift to go easy, period. Time cycles to see you be very careful choice of words, period. So like, we better watch what you say. From corner to corner of the world. So that means the whole world is watching. Even though it only says so many people on here. That means, because I really do get contact and things are going on, that means I'm being monitored and I need to watch what I'm saying. Wow. So that's 2 contacts live on the Lyran Connection. One at 8:33 and one at 7:52. Hey, you guys wanted me to ask a question. I'll answer it right now. Let me see what you guys say, and I need to ask a question because the window's going to close. They send you on you what was acceptable. That is much clearer. Okay, history's in the making. Tilt it, laugh out loud. I think it was their way of telling you that this is okay. Is it possible this is used through the Dark Knight satellite? I think it has since the beginning. I believe it exists up there. Yeah, I believe it exists too, but I don't know. I know that we have matched times pinging off the Grace satellites with transmissions of when we receive contact. We know contact has told us through the intervals of the sun and different windows and seasons. The reason, bottom line is they're like right above us. That's why they took that image. How do I respond? Guys, tell me something to say. I'll say it, and let's see if I get contact back. But the window could close at any time. Could be 5 minutes from now. It could be a day from now. It could be in 2 hours from now. But I'll send whatever. Please ask for guidelines. Can you give me guidelines, please? Thank you. I await your response. Guys, this is such an awesome episode. This is turning into an awesome episode. Thank you. Yes, good idea, VJ. Thank you. Do you guys want me to just stay on here for a little bit, or do you want me to like see and then I'll do an episode 16? I'll stay on here for a few beats. We'll just see what happens. So we received 2. Here's the weird thing. Hey Doug, the weird thing is there are 2 different encrypted lines. So the one line was from the planet. Well, usually it would be coincide with the same encrypted line. So I might have both sides making contact, because I do get contact from all sides. And until I vet it and really like do my due diligence, and it's not easy to do it on here live, but and we just got to stay positive. And wow, that's really cool. Keith says, I wasn't sure if this was contact, but now certain. How active 72 hours past? Question, are lion people with them? I see them all the time, every single day. Keith says, stay. Tara says the same. All right. I've had an image from the Galveriks. That's what they call them. They call themselves the Galveriks. Maybe that's a division, but it's a humanoid, and they almost wear like it almost looks kind of medieval looking, like some of the clothing, but they're half cat, half humanoid, and they're special force type, dark line of the Galactic Federation of Light, and used through the Lyrans. That's my understanding, as much as they've told me. Doug, well, I'm from one side of the world to the other. I'd say different lines would make sense. Yeah. So we probably have, I'm just going to call it out, everyone's watching. Like, it only shows like you guys and stuff, but I'm sure there's terrestrial agents watching. If I'm receiving contact, multiple different, that means we got different things watching. I mean, tonight might be a hairy night, to say the least. So, and you know what's really weird? The more, you notice, because I took a little bit of not a break, but kind of like, I had a lot going on between the hurricane and this and that and the neighbor, this and that. I really did a lot of studying today, and I really went through some stuff. I noticed the more I do that, and maybe it's because I'm focused in, the more I get connected and I get contact too. That's another thing. I believe we are now already 4D in New Age. Can you ask to confirm? Well, first, let me open dialogue, because that, how do I say this? We use a lot of lingo. We use a lot of jargon, right? When I jump around, it's not confusing. It's just they might not answer it as easy as if I work my way into that kind of question. And I kind of answer that question. Your mental, spiritual, third eye that's going into fourth dimension. Does that make sense? So like we're third. This is physical, tangible. When your meditation, prayer, phone call, when you're remote view and all that, you're kind of 4D at that point. That's what you're kind of tapping into. So like I already kind of know that, and they're gonna say I already know that, but I won't. It's not that I won't ask that. I just, with this much going on, and we've never had this happen live like this, where it's back to back. There's like proper formalities of, I don't know what I'm dealing with yet. I don't know what race this could be. It could be really. It could be the reptilians. It could be the Lyrans. It could be. My gut tells me the Earth one is Lyran, but I don't know. We'll see. Assume they're always watching. That's what I do in my private life. Like I know that because they told me in old contact they say in consciousness surrounding watching always. It's in the old contact. Going back to 2013. Yeah, right here. September 9th, 2014. That cometh to thee thy light and thy surrounding conscious watching. So they're here, they're watching. I have been able to awaken others into 4D. Please let them know I am of service. I'll keep it quiet now. Keith, I never met you. I don't mind doing that, but when it's right now, I don't know. They didn't sound there was kind of some warnings in there. Little subtle things. So we got to tone it down. We got to hold ourselves in more of a, they're royalty, and there's all kinds of kingdoms out there, and We can kick back and joke and lingo, but we have to have some kind of, you're not kissing anyone's butt, but there are formalities, and there's pleasantries, and there's different things, and like Vader said, you may dispense with the pleasantries. No, but I'm just joking. But yeah, things can become offensive quickly if I'm not mindful. Protocol, yes, understood. Good, but I'm not going to forget about you. One thing at a time. Let's see if anything. And you know what? It's kind of early. Normally this kind of jazz goes on in the 11th hour. Because remember, 11:11, there are like two pillars, and then it's a gate where you'll get. It's what we've come to figure out. That's why a lot of stuff happens within. It's a very powerful numbers. It's a special window opening of time between the pillars, and there's communication within that time, because sometimes, well, a lot of times when that hour is done, like, there's no communication, and it depends on who you're talking to and what race. There's light and dark. You don't have to apologize, Keith. It's cool. It's just sensitive because this is historic. This has never happened before on the show. So, I'm all about peace and love too. Like, it's all good. At this point, guys, love y'all. This is really nuts. I'm off my game. I really need to go and center, and I need to hone in, and I can't do that on here. I think I might just bounce. So I got so much work now. I got to compile this. I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Anything you guys want to talk about besides contact, and I just want to say, anyone listening out there who is not on here talking, I do apologize if I came across a little abrupt. I got overexcited, and I kind of want things answered, and I kind of expect them to be. And I understand there's a time and place, and there's patience, but I'm ready. I'm not ready on 100 things, 100% of things, but I'm pretty, you know that. So if you got to tell me. But and if you tell me something I don't need to be sharing, then you got to tell me not to share it, because you told me a year ago to start talking to the people, and that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. So I know I sound nuts now. I'm just talking to a screen, and people are like, "What is this guy? He's dumb." But yeah, this is what's been, it's what it is. All right, guys, last licks here. Mayan calendar just closed. That is correct. I've been doing research on that. 2012 and it was the 2020. You're actually on the money on that. My birthday, the Mayan day out of time, July 25th, 82. I am a scholar. I will observe now. Sir, I apologize for my hyperbolic speech. I will contact you after 7 p.m. Pacific time. No problem. Contact me anytime. I'm easy. I get a ton of messages. Melanie says, thank you. Not but goodness. VJ, do what you need to do. You are the conduit. Slavaka Terkova. Hi, Z and everyone. Wow, cool. New person. I was drawn to watch this broadcast, feeling grateful that you are sharing this info with us. Love and blessings to you. Well, hey, I hope I'm saying that right. Slavaka, welcome. Awesome. That's nice to meet you. Melanie, nothing. Okay, Melanie, everything cool? What did she say before that? Thank you. Not but goodness. Oh, nothing but good. Oh, nothing but goodness. Oh, yes, nothing but goodness. Got it. I don't know, man. I felt a lot of bad energy from the start. Hope I am wrong. Yeah, so Commander Doug, he's here he was sent here with real short. I don't know who's still watching. He was sent here to aid me in this, and he's saved my life quite a few times personally in real life. And if he has a gut feeling about something, then we might have, we're starting getting towards the window of the fall. We're getting towards there. So above us, things are changing, so we might start getting dark contact again. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It looks like it's a mixture of both. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll get confirmation. But my kid, I almost said Uncle Doug. This is William and Jonathan, like Uncle Doug. But Commander Doug, yeah, he we trust his instincts. At this point, I can't say light or dark or what or not. I can say that there was some advising going on, and there was some kind of polite warnings and take heed kind of stuff. And I did get an image, a beautiful image, and any image is a gift. And I didn't get a warning for about the image, so I think I'm right on the money with that, about sharing with that. And I think we're just going to take it from there. I think usually I get bombarded in the 11th hour. If I get bombarded tonight with like a ton of contact and stuff, I'm going to definitely just post another thing, and within tomorrow or the next day we'll have an episode 16, and we'll just go through it all and see where we stand. Hey, what did I tell you? We're going to go through this together. This is the journey together. And if you're watching this, if you're spending the time to be with me on this journey, you're getting to be a part of, I look at it as history, because I mean, who gets this stuff like right on the, air? You can believe whatever you want, but I mean, I'm not doing this for money and profit, and it is what it is. I mean, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So until I go back. Anyways, thank you guys. Gotta go. Night, y'all. Jen, thank you so much. Everyone, it has been a pleasure, and you witness history. Wasn't that cool? That was so cool. I hope I get more. I got to get some answers. I got to re-hone. Thank you guys for being there for me. Thank you to, Jen and Tara and Doug and Anastasia and Z and VJ and all you guys, all you new people and everybody. And it's been a great episode, and this is really cool. And I'll see you soon. Episode 16, we'll follow up and see what happened. I'll get this image printed off. Moon Boots, I forgot about you. I'm sorry. Moon Boots rocks. Angelica, all you guys, and Keith, it was really nice meeting you. And guys, peace, and stay in the now. Remember, whatever you think, say, and hear, and see is known. And much love and peace to all you guys. And I'll see you on episode 16, which looks like it probably might be in the next day or two. So keep tuned. Love y'all. Have a great night. And wish me well. I don't know what I'm dealing with tonight, so we'll see. I'll talk to you then. Bye. Oh, and if I get any briefings, like anything, I might shoot it up on the site, and I'll just give you a brief update on the Lyran connection. I'll talk to you then. Good night. And I want to say, may the force be with you. No, see.